What's up guys, JB2017 here with another Taken King tips and tricks video, and this time we are looking at factions. Since the arrival of the Taken King and Update 2.0, factions have changed significantly with regards to how you gain reputation and what kind of rewards that reputation yields. Now, they are more relevant than ever before, so I thought it would be useful to explore factions in the Taken King with you guys. Again, things have changed, like what do you have to equip? Do you have to equip anything? All of that stuff. So let us take a look now. I'm going to use Dead Orbit as an example, and on this character, I don't have any allegiance right now, so keep that in mind when I'm talking about certain terms. So here's Dead Orbit. Say you don't have any faction right now, you have no rep with anyone, and you have to pledge allegiance, not to the American flag, but to a faction. And you choose one faction to gain reputation with, and you say support Dead Orbit, as it says right here, and you accept the allegiance. It costs 2,500 Glimmer, and once you purchase this bad boy, it takes a little while actually to make this choice, because you probably don't want to fiddle around with this too much, but once you get that, you've got that Dead Orbit thing in the top right, and then it'll show up in your inventory under mission. This is a faction badge, so this is how you know for sure who you are aligned with. And you can change this every week if you wish, and it costs 2,500 Glimmer, like I said. It's individual to your character. So on my Titan, I could go with New Monarchy if I wanted to. So it's really up to whoever you want to align with on which character. So how does reputation work? Well, reputation, you actually gain rep by doing Vanguard and Crucible activities, and it's just kind of like a percentage. So if I completed the heroic story today, I would get a percentage of that rep towards Dead Orbit, because once again, I'm aligned with Dead Orbit. You can tell right here. So that's basically how it works. I don't have to equip any item, no class armor or anything like that. They just scrap that from the game. That's not how rep works anymore. So another thing I wanted to show you guys is there's kind of a way to power level your rank. I mean, I would say a general rule of thumb is if you want to get a faction really high, grab their allegiance as soon as possible, because like I said, every single Vanguard or Crucible activity will count towards your reputation. But there are methods of boosting your reputation, and that's by the exchange. So you can exchange certain items. Those are the Motes of Light, weapons parts, armor materials, and ammo syntheses in order to increase your rank with whatever faction you want to increase your rank with. So I've actually got some really handy conversions for you guys. You probably going to want to pay attention to these. So per rank of Dead Orbit, the Mote of Light exchange right here, you need 125 Motes of Light in order to get a full rank of Dead Orbit. So if I look here, I've only got 17. That's not even going to scratch the surface here. So I'm just going to show you guys. I'm going to use all of those to show you. And it's 5 at a time. So a lot of people might think, as you can tell on the left, my faction bar is going up quite steadily, but it takes 5 motes per exchange here. So it takes a lot of Motes of Light, 125, in order to get one full rank of reputation here with a faction. And so that's Motes of Light. That's going to be your most readily available and easiest way to power level, if you will, your faction reputation. So the next one is parts and material. So you're going to have a ton of these, obviously, but it takes 1,250 parts or materials per rank. That's so many, it's insane. I wouldn't even recommend doing this unless, I guess you could do it as long as you keep enough for upgrading your items, so you don't run out, because I know it's really annoying. But it takes 1,250 to do that. It's insane. So that's probably not your best route. Syntheses, the special ammo and the heavy weapon, these are different. So it takes 400 special synths in order to rank up a faction, one rank, and takes 100 heavy weapon synths. So as you guys know, of course, Xur brings heavy weapon synths in exchange for strange coins. You might think, oh, there's a way I can rank up really quickly. It takes upwards of 800 strange coins in order to get enough heavy ammo synths in order to rank up. So it's actually insane. So that's not a very good route there. Really, the route I would recommend is using Motes of Light. They are so plentiful, and it takes 125 Motes of Light. That sounds like a lot, but you'll get that pretty quickly just by playing the game. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got for you. Actually, I want to touch on one thing. Once you get to rank 25 with Dead Orbit or any faction, you'll get a 300 class item. So right here, it would be a 300 cloak, and it's exotic, 300 defense. So that's a really big help. Of course, it takes forever to get to that high of a rank, but if you keep plugging away, you'll get it, and it looks really cool as well. And also, something to keep in mind, Dead Orbit is probably the most valuable faction right now because of this weapon right here, the Hung Jury. I'm going to touch on it very shortly here, but I'm going to cover this in another video. It's got Triple Tap and Firefly, two incredible perks. It's kind of like a combination of the Fatebringer and the Vision of Confluence from previous content. So if I were you guys and don't have any faction rep at all, I would go Dead Orbit for sure to get that Hung Jury. You only need rank 3 to get it. So anyways, guys, if you learned something new from this video, remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for continued Taken King content coming soon. Got the raid guide, working on that, and you guys will see that very, very soon once again. Talk to you next time. Peace.